Hello, welcome to the build guide for the human Sentinel. Female Sentinel. This is a kind of good jack-of-all-trades character. It doesn't really have any particular weakness. It is one of the starting classes, so you can hopefully get it to max rank pretty easily and thus complete this build. You're going to be serving sort of a frontline damage and support role, a little bit of everything. This class is going to be fairly tanky, it's going to put out good damage, and it doesn't really have any glaring weakness. So, without any further ado, God, I hate it when people say that actually. Let's get into it. Tech armor. This is just going to basically be a bunch of completely passive stuff. You don't even have to think about this at all. So you're getting some damage resistance in those starter ones. Between damage resistance and melee damage, we don't really need melee damage, so just take more damage resistance. We also don't really need more accuracy and stability, so take more damage resistance. And then in rank 6, we're not going to be meleeing, so let's go with the one that makes it so our shields regen faster. I'll just like grab it and forget stuff right there. In weapons training, we're getting some weapon damage, some power damage, taking more weapon damage instead of power damage, taking the headshot and weak point bonus as well as the spare ammo instead of the hover duration and accuracy while airborne. Never really going to need that. And then in rank 6, this is going to correspond with our rank 4 choice. Since we're going for weapon and not power related abilities, we're going to take that weapon damage, which also just gives us some accuracy and stability, but not super important. It's the damage that we're really looking at there. And then into the abilities, energy drain is going to be kind of a dual purpose ability. We're just going to take the recharge speed to make sure it comes up faster. We don't really need the extra effectiveness. Take the extended drain. I prefer this because it's going to give you that 4 more seconds of shield recharge, so just a little bit of like added protection beyond the initial cast, since if you're getting shot after you cast it, then you're not going to regen those shields without this. Likewise, like this would just make it so you get more shields on that initial cast, but we want the extended shields, even though it's not very much. And then in rank 6, since we don't have anything really benefiting energy drain for damage, even though this would have been a decent choice had we had other stuff boosting the damage, since we don't, it's not going to be worth it. Go ahead and just take the team drain. Since you're going to be kind of a frontline character, you might have teammates near or behind you, and this has an 8-yard or 8 whatever radius, which is pretty far, so odds are you'll be able to hit your buddies with it too. And Barricade, this is going to be kind of what the Sentinel is known for. In rank 4, we're going to go for duration. The power cells we're not going to need for reasons we'll get into shortly. And did I say rank 4? I think I said rank 4. Anyways, rank 5, weapon feedback. Since we're not taking anything that's going to boost power damage, we're going to want this for more weapon damage. And then in rank 6, the electric defense, pretty good. The 110 damage per second does add up if stuff is just like hanging out by it. The shield damage bonus is always helpful, and the stun is really what's super useful. The stun and the prime. Regeneration, we're not really going to need this because a barricade already is going to reduce the delay on your shield regen, and then in tech armor we're also going to have that reducing it, so that really opens up your rank 6 to be a clear choice to take something new and don't really worry about shields regenerating faster because they already do. Throw, although I love the ability, one of my favorite in the game, we're only going to have the 1 point there. Just use it as like a stagger tool basically. It's going to have its typical uses, it's just not going to be spammed like it would be with other classes. So basically you're going to want to kind of just go to a choke point or go to a spot where a lot of enemies are, plop down your barricade, and as long as you're sitting behind it, you're going to be doing increased damage with your weapon. And you have all these other boosts to your weapon damage, so it's just going to make your weapon hit like a truck no matter what weapon you use. So when I pop it into the middle of enemies or at choke points and I'm getting right there in the thick of the action, I like to use SMG, but if you want, you can also play this as like a long range build. You can pop it down and just have the stun like as protection for when stuff sneaks up on you, but you're mainly just using it for the damage boost. And in that case you'd use a sniper, and you're still going to get all that bonus weapon damage, you're going to hit like a truck. So you can play it either way. This is just going to be the SMG setup that I got here. So as you can see, I've got the equalizer, and the combatives upgrade. This is also one of the reasons that I wanted to play it as an SMG spec right now, because this is the only weapon boosting equipment that we have so far, and it does help. It does make a difference. So like, if you're gonna do the sniper setup right now, you're probably just gonna be stuck using a Juggernaut shield, or I guess the thermal clip if you got that. I'd probably still go with the Juggernaut shield myself. But anyways, combatives upgrade is gonna give you a boost to your pistols, and the pistols are really good. So I've got an equalizer. You could also use like a hurricane. What else would I really recommend? I tried it out with a scorpion for a bit. I don't like the scorpion as much now as I used to, but that's definitely a legit choice. I'm seeing a lot of people use the sidewinder, but I don't think it's necessarily because it's a good weapon. You could probably use the talon too. So I mean, since any weapon you use is boosted, go for whatever you want. For long range versions, you know, the typicals. I don't really like the Black Widow, but you could use it. I do like the Inferno, but I just want to rank it up more. Valiant is okay, but yeah, I'd probably go Vanquisher, Raptor. I mean, really whatever you want. Consumables, I do definitely recommend a power capacity mod, and that's one of the reasons we kind of skip out on power supply stuff or power cell stuff from your talents, because you can just take this booster and boost on your own. This is only the second class I've done that I actually use these things on, so I have an absolute ton of them. Like, even using them the entirety of the time while leveling up 2 classes, I still have 9 level 3s and a level 4 left, so they're pretty easy to stock up on. Go for that to boost your supply. And then in your second slot, options are pretty open. You could use an ammo, you could use a weapon amp. I was actually even, since I had so many of them, I'd actually just been running targeting mods. The equalizer is pretty easy to get headshots with, or the hurricane, or anything that's really accurate, even though it's an SMG. And you got that accuracy and stability boost from your talents too, so I actually do notice the difference. Like, it's kind of funny, and it does stack with your other weak point bonus, so it's a pretty easy class to play. You got good defenses from your passives, you got good damage on your weapon, and you can use any weapon, and you even have a close range AoE like stun that just, you know, also regens your shields fast. So yeah, like, you have no weaknesses. A little bit of everything. Pretty good class. So give it a shot. There will be a gameplay video linked in the description. Definitely check it out if you want to see it in action. And thanks for watching.